has been the leading Canadian boarding school for over 130 years. So what is the core educational philosophy and the most important values that Ridley upholds?
Our school has been around since 1889, and we are really led by our mission and vision, which is we inspire flourishing lives to transform the world. So we are really trying to teach students the habits of mind, body, and spirit to be leaders in their communities here at Ridley, and then as they go out into the world, wherever that might be.
So Ridley is known as a full Ivy World School. Yeah, how does this curriculum support students in gaining admission to top university?
We like to say that IB is not just the key that opens the door to top universities, but allows students to walk through it. IB students around the world, and certainly IB grads from Ridley, have much better results, not only of getting into top universities, but staying in their chosen programs and being successful while they're there. Because IB has a huge focus, not just on higher level content, but also the research skills, the communication skills, and the transdisciplinary learning style to make students much more successful in today's world. So our graduates last year were admitted to top universities in Canada, the United States, and around the world. We have students studying at every single Ivy League university in the United States right now, as well as top programs in Canada, such as University of Waterloo Engineering, University of Toronto, McGill, UBC, really you name it, there's a Ridley in there putting their stamp on the school.
So with a growing interest in Canadian education, many parents compare boarding school in Canada with those in country like the state. So what do you see as a key advantage of Canadian education? And where those options why the family ultimately chooses Ridley?
Of course, Canada is known as being a very safe destination.
That's
and when you're thinking about sending your young child abroad by themselves, I think safety has to be first and foremost in parents' minds. And then secondarily, multiculturalism is a key component of Canadian culture and Canadian values. At a school like Ridley, where the admissions team actively seeks out a diverse student body. We have students from 65 different countries at the school, and under the IB curriculum, there is an expectation of including global perspectives in your learning. So taking a problem, a historical event, a world issue, and looking at it from different cultural perspectives is part of the IB curriculum, and I think part of Canadian culture as well. So as an international student, I think choosing a country like Canada and a school like Ridley that is going to expose your child to the world, but also celebrate what they contribute to the conversation is really powerful.
So some students may enter without full English fluency. So have there been challenges in such a case, and how does school support that?
Yeah, so I would say with students who are not as advanced in their English language learning, coming at a younger age is a great option. So Ridley is one of the few schools that offers grade 7 and 8 boarding. And unlike many other schools, our junior boarding students aren't integrated with the upper school students. They're in a separate junior boarding house with programming, routines, and staff dedicated to that unique age group. And it's, the academic pressure is a little less in grade 7 and 8, so they can focus on improving their English before, they really get going in the upper school. So that would be my top advice, is to come younger if possible. And then we have a great ESL summer camp. So many of our students who are a little bit lower English, they'll usually come for the month of August for an intensive ESL program, which also gives them an Ontario secondary school credit. So getting one credit ahead for their future studies in Canada, and just feel much more confident walking in the door in September.
Ridley also offers a wide range of sports and arts programs. So how do these activities contribute to students' university preparation?
It's a great question. So at Ridley, athletics, community service, artistic expression is just baked into every student's experience. what top universities are looking for is a robust profile, but something that feels genuine, that's authentic. Not just ticking boxes. And I think the way in which we have all of those activities really integrated at Ridley, and students are getting a high level of choice, but also a lot of guidance in the path they take, they end up with really unique portfolios when they apply to university, which makes them stand out to admissions committees. And I think our university admissions really speak to that.
Boarding schools may feel unfamiliar to Korean parents. So could you explain the overall living environment and care system?
Yeah, so at Ridley we like to call it our circle of care. Our upper school is 70% boarding. So boarding is at the heart of every decision we make. The entire way the school is structured is around our boarding students. That's quite unique in Canada, and I think it's something parents should think about when they're choosing a school for their child. Is this really a boarding school? Or is this a day school with a small boarding program? Most schools in Canada, that's the case. Ridley, we're the opposite. We're a boarding school with a small day program. So this means we have staff and faculty on campus to care for our boarders 24/7 in all aspects of their life. So every boarding house has 2 teachers and their families who live in it. Every other teacher at the school is also integrated to the boarding program. So you're seeing your math teacher, not just in math class, but on Friday night, playing pool in the common room, or Saturday morning at breakfast, right? You have these different relationships with adults in your life. We also have 4 social emotional counselors, 4 learning support strategists. We have 2 doctors and a team of nurses on campus. It's like a mini city. Anything the students need is there in a living, learning community with them.
What message would you like to share with the Korean parents who are considering sending their children abroad, especially to Ridley College?
What I love about working with families in South Korea is I find the parents and the children are very knowledgeable about schools. They really do their research and they ask a lot of really interesting questions, and I think that's great. I advise families to choose a school based on what's the best fit for your child. Not what your neighbor told you is the best fit for their child or they think is the top ranked school. Because a school that aligns with the family's philosophy and a child's learning style and what they want to get out of the experience, that's where the child's going to be most successful. So I think definitely that approach of doing your research, reaching out and talking to folks like myself to get a sense if the school is a good fit is a really good pathway. And whenever possible, please come and visit us. There's nothing like stepping foot on campus and getting a feel for the school. Speaking with students, if you can, maybe speaking with current parents or alumni, and really getting a sense of what life is really like there. And I know for myself and my colleagues on the admissions team, we are always happy to help families